Hello, good evening. Good evening, everybody. This is Clement once again, and I'm here in Ivano-Frankivsk city in Ukraine. I'm delighted to welcome you once again to my platform. Yesterday we had a nice time together, and we couldn't finish the topic yesterday, and I promised to continue today. If there's anybody online who can see me, I would like you to just write a comment and let me know that you are with me. It's 5 p.m. here in Ukraine, and so good evening to every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm glad to welcome you to my platform today. We started a topic yesterday that is titled Practical Ways to Discover Your Life's Purpose. Practical ways to discover your life's purpose. And I said that I'll be giving 10 practical ways to finding your purpose. And yesterday we were able to look at 4. I gave 4 ways to discover your purpose yesterday, although the network wasn't in our favor. And today I'm going to repeat point 4 because most people didn't hear point 4 because of the internet yesterday. So if you are just coming, I'm glad to have you. Adewale Adedoni, good evening and God bless you. You are welcome. My wife is online also, Topsy Gift. God bless you for coming. Could you help me share the video and invite friends to be part of us tonight? I want to promise you that what we're looking at today is going to be a blessing. You know, yesterday was awesome. I was blessed myself, you know, listening to that video again. And so today it's going to get better today, I believe. I can see Valentine Prince, you're welcome. Good evening. Thank you, Topsy Gift, for sharing. Please, if you're just coming in, you're welcome. And I plead with you to help me share the video because we're discussing a very important topic tonight. It's a topic that I believe everybody should listen to. You know, because we hardly hear topics like this. Okay, Kechi, you're welcome. Good evening. I'm glad to have you. Please help me share the video as you're coming in. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to go into the topic. You know, so I would love for you to invite your friends so they don't get to miss anything I'm going to say today. We started a series yesterday, and today we are back again to continue from where we stopped. Invite everybody you know. Pastor Kufre Victor, you are welcome. Good evening. I'm glad to have you on the platform. Please, as you're coming in, do me a favor. Just be kind enough to help me share the video and invite your friends to be part of it. Michael Boafo, you are welcome. Good evening. I'm glad to have you. Let's get more people. Let's invite more people to come so that they don't miss out on anything I'm going to say tonight. We've been talking about, and we started the series yesterday, and the internet didn't favor us at all. But I believe that today the internet is better, and just to access to that, I would like to know if you can hear me. Those of you who are online already, could you just let me know if you can hear me? You could just write a comment on the comment box to let me know that you can hear what I'm saying. You're all welcome to the platform. I want to believe that you will be blessed today, and your friends that you're inviting will be blessed. Yes, Frimpoma Fripong, God bless you for coming. You are highly welcome. Now, if you look at the top of the video, you will see the title of the topic we're looking at today. It is titled Practical Ways to Discover Your Life's Purpose. Practical ways to discover your life's purpose. I don't want to be in a hurry to start teaching now because this topic is very important. So I don't want to be in a hurry. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, God bless you. You said you can hear me. That's good to know. Aristide Bryce, you're welcome. Please, as you're coming in, just do me the favor of sharing the video. Let's invite your friends to be part of it. I can assure you that they'll be glad you invited them. They will thank you later for it, because what they're about to hear tonight is exceptional. Okay, I can see quite a number of people online already, and so if you can hear me, we're going to get started now. For the sake of those people who were not here yesterday, I'll quickly run through what we discussed yesterday and then continue from where we stopped. I said I was going to give 10 practical ways to discover your purpose. 10 practical ways to discover your purpose. And yesterday I gave 4. And today I'm going to give you 6. I just pray the internet will allow me to do that today. And we started yesterday by saying that your purpose is the reason why you exist. And purpose is the essence of a thing. The reason why a thing is created. So purpose is the essence of life. And I said yesterday that the primary assignment of every man on the earth is to discover his purpose and then fulfill it. Yeah, Crow, you're welcome. Pastor Lewis, you're welcome. God bless you. The primary assignment of every human being on earth is to discover why he or she exists and then to fulfill it. And I said that every other thing that you do in life is only secondary. Your primary assignment is to discover your purpose and fulfill it. But it's heartbreaking to find out that over 90% of people on earth have not discovered their purpose. And what that means is that they are not fulfilling their purpose. Prince Francis Nwanze, you're welcome. Good evening. Over 90% of people on earth have not discovered their purpose. And what that means is that they are not fulfilling purpose. But I said that the primary assignment of every man is to fulfill his purpose, to discover his purpose and to fulfill it. And I said yesterday that if you do not fulfill your purpose, it doesn't matter how many years you live on earth. If you live 40, 50, 60, 70 years without discovering your purpose and then you die, you are a failure. You would have wasted your time on earth to live a life without purpose. And I said that the reason why our world is chaotic, the reason why we have so many problems in our world today, is simply because humans have failed to discover their purpose. It is because you and I have not discovered why we are here on earth. That is the reason why the earth is the way it is. Because if you know your purpose and you fulfill it, I can assure you that the world won't be the way it is today. We will not have a world that is as chaotic as it is today. And I want to make bold to say that God created a perfect world. God created, in fact, when he finished creation, he said that what he created was good. In other words, God did his own part by creating a good world. But if you look at the world today, you see chaos everywhere. And I'm telling you today that the reason why the world is chaotic is because humans have failed to discover their purpose. And that is why it is very important that every one of us discover our purpose and fulfill it. I'm just trying to go through what I said yesterday. Maybe in 5 minutes time I'll hit what I'm going to talk about today. Now I'm doing it for the sake of those who couldn't join yesterday. So we said that your purpose is the essence why you exist. And failure to fulfill that purpose makes you a failure. But I want to say today that if everybody can just know why he or she exists, we will have a perfect world. We will have an almost perfect world if every one of us. Now why am I saying that? I'm saying that because for every problem that exists today in the world, there is somebody who has been created to solve that problem. Each problem existing in the world today, there is someone who God created to be a solution to that problem. So if that problem is still lingering, it is because the solution to that problem has not discovered that he or she is the solution to the problem. That is why our world is the way it is. Now, I said yesterday that failure to discover your purpose is the main reason why there are problems everywhere in the world. Marcos Bamidele, you are welcome. Baribo Makai, you're welcome. God bless you. And it's a pity that you hardly hear people talk about how to discover your purpose. In fact, let me tell you today. Let me tell you today. Do you know that in schools there is no class on how to discover your purpose? For those of you who have gone through university, those who have gone through primary or secondary school, was there ever a class where they taught you how to discover your purpose? No, I would like to hear from you. If there was a class where you were taught in school how to discover your purpose, I would like to know. Now, the reason why you were not taught in school is because even your teachers themselves, most of them have not discovered their purpose. Your lecturers, they do not even know why they exist. Most of them do not know, and so they can't even teach it. If they ever taught you in church at all about how to discover your purpose, they must have just crashed your face. Because I have grown, I have been here for some time, and all through my life, it took me 27 years to know that apart from the fact that I wanted to get a certificate, I wanted to be a medical doctor. It took me 27 years to know that beside the career that I'm pursuing, that there is a divine purpose. There is something I was created to be. I know I'm not alone. And most of you listening to me now also never thought of it, that beside what you are doing now, that there is something called purpose. And that is the essence, that is the reason why you exist. So that is why I have said that this week I'm going to be teaching on how to discover your purpose, practical ways to do that. I'll give you 10 points. I gave 4, just repeat quickly. Number 1, I said the first thing you need to do to discover your purpose is to go back to your producer, to go back to your manufacturer, to go back to your creator. Because if you have a phone, if you have an iPhone and you do not know what that iPhone is used for, or you don't know what a particular key is used for, you simply go to the manufacturer of the phone and they will tell you what that key is used for. So the best way to discover your purpose is to go back to your manufacturer, to your creator. Because I said yesterday that before your creator made you, he already gave you a purpose. That means that purpose comes before creation. You were not created and then God was not asking himself, what will I do with this one? No. God already knew what you were going to do. In fact, he created you because of what you were going to do. He created you because of your purpose. So he knows better what you should be doing with your life. That is why I said yesterday that the first way to discovering your purpose is to go back to your manufacturer, to your creator, and to your producer. He knows best what you are created to do. But I also said that out of the 10 points I'm going to give you, going back to your producer or to your maker or to your creator is the most difficult one. And I say that because if you go back to God today to ask him why he created you or what your purpose is in life, you will most likely not get an answer. Not because God will not speak to you, but because you may not be sensitive enough to know what he's saying. And I said that if God were to speak to every one of us what our purpose were, every Christian who believes in God by now should have known his purpose. But you and I can attest to the fact that that is not so. That there are a lot of people who do not know their purpose and they are Christians, they are in church. Bridget, you're welcome. Abiodun, you're welcome. God bless you for joining. So the first way, go back to your maker. Now, why won't you hear a loud voice or have a dream about your purpose? I said it is because God doesn't just talk anyhow. He doesn't just talk every day to people. He only tells specific people their purpose through voice or through dream or through visions. And I said he told Jeremiah that before I formed you in your mother's womb I knew you. Right? But that doesn't happen every day. So there are 9 other ways God could speak to you without you hearing a voice or having a dream. But the bottom line is that you need to discover your purpose. So that's the first thing I said. The second thing I said about discovering your purpose, how to discover your purpose, is to look within you. Look on the inside of you. Because everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already inside of you. So if you could look inward, you would discover what you should be doing with your life. If you could just look on the inside of you, you will find out what you should be doing, what you were created to do. Because if you're having a phone with you, everything that is inside the phone is there just because of the purpose of the phone. Even the shape of the phone is like that because of the purpose of the phone. All the keys that are in the phone are there because of the purpose of the phone. What the phone is supposed to be used for. So if you could look inward, you will find talents. You will find gifts. You will find abilities, natural abilities God has put there already to help you fulfill your purpose. So if you could just look at your abilities, your gifts and your talents, they will point you to the direction of your purpose. They will tell you what you should be doing with your life. But it's a pity that we take talent for granted. We take our gifts for granted. And you know why we do that? When you were growing up as a child, you had awesome talents. You were gifted in certain things. You had natural abilities, things that other people find difficult to do. You could do them easily. But your parents ask you to go and study medicine, or go and study engineering, or go and be a lawyer because, you know, your father has a land and he your uncles are, trying to get the land from him, so they need a lawyer in the family. So your father said, go and be a lawyer. Or you have an uncle who is a medical doctor and is very wealthy, is rich, and your parents want you to be as rich as them, as your uncle, so they ask you to go read medicine, and you forgot about your talents. You abandoned your natural abilities, not knowing that your natural ability is a pointer to your purpose. There is a reason why you can do that thing that you can do very well. There is a reason why God puts that bit there on your inside. It is to help you discover your purpose. That is why I said the second way to discover your purpose is to look on the inside of you, and you will find it easy to tell what you should be doing with your life. What happened to all your talents? What happened to your gifts and your natural abilities? You dropped them somewhere. And you dropped them because you were going to chase a certificate. You want to have a BSc. You want to have masters. You want to have PhD. You want to be a medical doctor. And you dropped your talent and your giftings. And in fact, let me say this. If you look at, let's assume you're a medical student, I can tell you that over 90% of people in your class had no business studying medicine. That is not what they were born to do. But because society has told us, society has deceived us, that medicine is a lucrative career, so go and study medicine, or go and study engineering. And so we abandon our purpose just to pursue career, and we think that career is the same thing as purpose. So if you want to discover your purpose, you better go back, look at your talent and your giftings, and they will point you to what your purpose is. Number 3, I said yesterday that apart from going back to your maker and then looking at your talents, looking inward, I said the third thing you need to do to discover your purpose is to find your passion. What is it that you are passionate about? I hope you can still hear me. I want to be sure that you can still hear me. If you can find your passion, your drive, what drives you, what you are obsessed about, passion to solve the problem, passion to make the world a better place. If you have any passion to help the next person, you have passion to make the world a better place, you have passion to solve a problem that exists in the world, that passion, that's your passion, is a pointer to what you were born to do. Maria, you're welcome. Good evening. So your passion is a pointer to what you were born to do. I see a lot of people doing things that they don't have passion for. Why? Because society has constrained them to do things that they don't have passion for. Maybe because there is money. They want to live a good life and have money. So people are doing things that they are not passionate about. And now that is to tell you that what you are doing is not your purpose if you do not have a passion for it. So I said that passion is the third pointer to your purpose. Pastor Alvin George, you're welcome. So if you could just find your passion to make things better, passion to change the world, passion to bring solutions to the problem that exists in your neighborhood, in your state, in your country, in your continent, passion to make the world a better place, that passion is a pointer to what you were born to do. And I said yesterday that your purpose always involves solving a problem. Your purpose always involves making the next person better. Your purpose is not about you. Your purpose is not selfish. So it is not about the fact that, oh, I want to have, I want to have houses and cars. I want to have a lot of money just for myself. No, that is not purpose. Purpose is not selfish. You can hear me. God bless you, Abiodun. You see, so your purpose will always involve solving a problem, making the world a better place, helping the next person, making maximum impact in your world. So your passion is a pointer to your purpose. So I'm going to ask you today, what are you passionate about? What are you upset about? Where do you have zeal to change the world? Where do you have zeal to bring a solution to the problem that exists in the world? Find your passion and you will probably find your purpose. Number 4, how to discover your purpose. Practical ways to discover your purpose. Now I want you to come to what I want to say now. The 4th way to discover your purpose is to where your love and your pain intersect. To look for where your love and your pain intersect. Now, what do I mean by looking for where your love and your pain intersect? If there is anything that you love to do, or if there is anything that you see that is being oppressed, if there is anything happening in your society that pains you, that makes you angry, that gets you frustrated, if there is any such thing, feel a love for that thing, then that is where your love and your pain intersect. And that place where your love and your pain intersect is a pointer to your purpose. I'm going to make it easier for you to understand where love and pain intersect. Now, yesterday, I told you the story of a young girl called Malala. Malala is a young lady in Pakistan. In Pakistan, some years ago, a terrorist group by the name Taliban put up a threat that no female child should go to school around the vicinity where Malala was staying. That no female child is permitted to go to school. So, ladies were being deprived of their right to education. Now, Malala, a girl who was about the age of 11 and 12, was angry. She was pained and she was frustrated. Just because she loves education, number one, and she loves her fellow ladies. She loves her fellow girls and women. And because she loved education and she loved girls and women and young ladies, that her love for education and for women caused a provocation, led to anger in her when she heard that the Taliban has threatened ladies not to go to school. And because her love and her pain intersected, she had to do something. She had to raise an awareness. She had to open up a blog, and she began to raise a campaign and awareness. And she was calling the global community to come to that area of Pakistan to see what is happening and to put an end to it. She could not stand the fact that they were being deprived their right to education. A young girl of 11 years old. She was frustrated, she was angered, and she was pained. So her love and her pain intersected, and the international community came to Pakistan, and that problem was solved. Even though they shot her in the head, but she didn't die. But today she's an advocate for girl child education. She's a personality. She's a renowned, young lady today. She'll be 20 years old in a few days. At the age of 11, she was able to do that. She was able to bring a solution to what men and women couldn't do, what politicians couldn't do. A young lady did it. Why? Because her love and her pain intersected. So I want you to look at your society. What is it that you are angry about? Where do you feel passion and love to cause a change, to make things better? Your purpose is not far from that place. I want to give you another example of where your love and your pain intersect. If you have ever heard of Mary Slessor, if you have ever heard of the missionary from Scotland, Mary Slessor, who came to Nigeria and she saw how twins were being killed in Nigeria, in Calabar. She was moved and was angered. She was pained. Her love for children pushed her and propelled her to do something to bring an end to the killing of twins. She left the comfort of Scotland to come and settle in dark Africa without electricity, where mosquitoes will bite her. She didn't know that. She was moved to solve that problem. That is why I told you that your purpose always involves solving a problem. Thanks to Mary Slessor, today there is no killing of twins in Nigeria anymore. So her love and her pain intersected. So I want you to look at yourself. Where does your love and your pain intersect? Your purpose is not far from there. So that's the fourth way to discover your purpose, where your love and your pain intersect. If you wouldn't mind, if you can hear me, I would like somebody to help me list the 4 points I have given already. I want to be sure that you got the 4 points. The first thing I said is that to discover your purpose, you have to go back to your creator, or to your manufacturer, or to your producer. The second thing I said, to discover your purpose, you have to look inward and find your talents, your gifts, and your natural abilities. And then the third thing you need to do to discover your purpose is to look out for your passion, your obsession, your zeal, your drive. And then the fourth thing I said, find where your love and your pain intersect. Your purpose is around where your love and your pain intersect. So if you got those 4 points, I would like somebody to help me write them before I give you the 5th point. Mrs. Stella Nuhu, you're welcome. God bless you. Theophilus Muiwa, you're welcome. God bless you. So the 5th point I'm going to give you on how you could discover your purpose. But I can't see anybody writing anything. I want to be sure that you can hear me. I've given 4 points already, and I'm going to give you the 5th point now. So I want to be sure that you can hear me. So just help me write. And meanwhile, still go ahead and share the video, because I'm going to give 6 more points. Go ahead, share the video, and invite your friends to come join. Okay, go ahead, invite your friends and let them join. Blessing Ogedegbe, you are welcome. God bless you. Now, the 5th point I'm going to give today is that your purpose is that thing that you will do with your time. If you have all the time to yourself, what will you do with it? If I give you 24 hours and you don't have any schedule, and you have 24 hours, that thing you want to do with your 24 hours, that thing you want to do to bring a solution to the world's problem, that thing you want to do to make the world a better place with your time, that thing you want to do with your time, your purpose is not far from it. So what you do with without noticing that time is going. What you do, that you lost consciousness of time. Your purpose is not far from it. Blessing Ogedegbe, you are welcome. Good News Outreach Ministries, you are welcome. So your purpose is that thing that you will do without checking time. You enjoy it so much that you are not conscious of time. Your purpose is not far from it. But it is unfortunate that because most of us have not discovered our purpose, we waste our time doing things that are not connected to our purpose. You know, have you heard of Thomas Edison? Thomas Edison was the man who discovered the light bulb we're using today. Thomas Edison was so much passionate about inventing an electric bulb that he would use all his time in the lab working, doing experiments to make sure that a problem was solved. What was the problem? The problem of darkness. Thomas Edison wanted to light up the world. He wanted to create something that would last, that could give us life. And every day Thomas Edison was in the laboratory working just to make sure that the problem was solved. So he was using his time to create solution to the world's problem. Thomas Edison could go into the laboratory and stay there for 5 days and not even remember that he has not eaten. And not even remember that he has been there for 5 days. Why? Because of passion. So he was using his time to do what he was born to do. Jacob Sally, God bless you. Now, so I'm saying that thing that you do without checking time, that thing that you do that you are not conscious of time, you enjoy it so much, you are so passionate to make sure you get the solution to a problem. That thing that you do with your time, your purpose is not far from it. I told you yesterday about a guy called Michelangelo. Michelangelo was an artist, a painter, one of the greatest artists that ever lived. When Michelangelo was a child, he discovered that he had so much passion and that he was talented with artwork, with painting, with drawing. Now, every time he returned from school and they gave him assignments to do, he wasn't doing the assignments. He was not interested in what they were teaching him in school at all. He was using his time. All the time he was drawing. And that was a pointer to his purpose. No wonder he became one of the greatest artists that ever lived. So I want to say to you today that thing that you find pleasure in doing with your time, your purpose is not far from it. But permit me to say here, so you don't understand me, that I'm talking about using your time to do something tangible for humanity, to bring a solution to the world's problem. Because I know there are people who spend their time just playing computer game, just playing Candy Crush. That's what I'm talking about. That cannot be your purpose. I'm talking about what you want to do to change the world, to make things better for the next person. So what you spend your time doing, your purpose is not far from that thing. Now I'm going to give you another point again, which will be the 6th point. what could help you discover your purpose? The sixth point. Now, anything that you can do, even if nobody's going to pay you for it, you still want to do it to make the world better, to get a solution. That thing you want to do, even if you are not paid for it, that thing you enjoy doing, even if nobody pays you for it, your purpose is not far from that thing. So what I'm simply saying is that anything that motivates you more than money is your purpose. You are not bothered whether you're going to be paid or not. You just want to make life better. You just want to make the world a better place. So that thing you do, that even if nobody pays you for it, you will still do it anyway, is your purpose. Now, having said that, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that if tomorrow your salary is slashed, or you are not being paid anymore, will you still do what you are doing? If you are a medical doctor and they say they want to slash your salary, and you claimed that you were born to be a medical doctor, will you still be a medical doctor? Will you still treat people if you are not going to be paid for it? Will you still do what you are doing now if your salary is reduced? Will you still do it? That is why I said earlier that most of us are confusing career for purpose. You went to get a good career so you will have a good salary. But I'm saying to you today that your career is not necessarily your purpose, because your career majorly is something you are doing to earn a living. But I'm saying to you today that your purpose is what you will do even if nobody pays you for it. You will go ahead to do it. If they say become a missionary and nobody will pay you, will you be a missionary? Come and build a bridge as an engineer and you will not be paid for it, will you still be an engineer? Come and treat sick people without payment, will you still be a doctor? You know, most times I see people protesting in my country, doctors complain about their salary, that their salary is low, that they should increase their salary. You know, well, we all need money. But what I'm saying, that if that thing you are doing is your calling, if it is your passion, you will not bother whether money is a problem or not, whether money is an issue or not. You will still go ahead and do it anyways. So that is what I'm saying, that anything that motivates you more than money is your purpose. If you had all the money in the world, what will you do? Will you still be a doctor? Will you still be an engineer? Will you still be a lawyer? Will you still be a politician? So I'm simply saying that our world is driven by greed and selfishness. But I'm saying today that if you could discover your purpose, you will find out that your purpose is what you will do. Even if no one pays you for it, you will still go ahead and do it. The 6 points. That thing that you will do if nobody pays you for it. Now let me give you an example to buttress this point. In China, there is a man by the name called Chen Si. Chen Si. Now, Chen Si is a Chinese man. And in China, there is a bridge called the Ninja Bridge of Death. The Ninja Bridge of Death. Now, why is it called the Ninja Bridge of Death? Because people who are frustrated with life, people who are suicidal, who are depressed, go to that bridge and jump off the bridge to end their lives. That's in China. And a lot of people have died in that bridge by suicide. But Chen Si, a humble man, a man from a humble background, who was not government employed, you know what Chen Si did? Chen Si bought a bike, and every day Chen Si just runs right to and fro the length of that bridge, looking for people who want to commit suicide to rescue them. Nobody is paying him salary. Nobody employed him. But because he was moved with passion, because he was moved with zeal to solve the problem of suicide in China, he started doing that. That is purpose. It is not self-centered. It is not about money, or it's about how much you will be paid. And Chen Si would take these people who want to commit suicide, he would talk them out of committing suicide. He would rescue them from committing suicide, from falling into the bridge. And he goes to rent a place for them and puts them there and begins to rehabilitate them until they come back to their senses. One man, not government employed, not paid by anybody, fulfill purpose, because his motivation is not money, but how to stop the problem of suicide in his nation. So I want you to know that your purpose is that thing that you do, even if nobody is going to pay you for it. Do you think that when Mary Slessor left Scotland and Nigeria to stop the killing of twins, you think she was looking for money? You think she wanted someone to pay her? When she left her comforts and came to Calabar to put an end to the killing of twins, you think she was looking for money? It wasn't money she was looking for. She simply wanted to solve a problem. That's why, if your motivation is money and you say you are fulfilling purpose, I'm sorry, you are living in deception. Because if it is your purpose, money will not be the priority. The priority will be how you will solve problems, how you will make the world better. So your purpose is that thing that you will do even if nobody pays you for it. So I want you to check your life. What is it that you have passion for, that even if you are not paid for it, you will go ahead and you will do it? Now you see, I'm sure you know of a guy called Akon. Akon is a musician. Now Akon is a Kenyan. He was born in America. But do you know that Akon today, with all the money he's got, he's channeling that money into making the lives of people better. Akon is on a project to lighten up Africa. Akon is providing solar power to close to 20 African countries with his own money. That is purpose right there. He's not looking for how to get money from people. It is not money that is the drive, but how to make the life of people better. That is why I said that your purpose is that thing you will do even if nobody pays you for it. So check your life again and find out that you can do even without being paid. Number 7, can you discover your purpose? Number 7. Now, your purpose is buried in your uniqueness. What makes you unique? What makes you different? What makes you special? What is it that other people see in you and they notice that this thing is unique with you? It may be the way you talk. It may be a particular trait that you have. Just that thing that makes you unique is a pointer to what you should be doing. It could even be your temperament. Your temperament could be a pointer to what you should be doing. For example, I'm talking to you now. Imagine that I was born a phlegmatic. It will be difficult for me to come and be talking to you like this, because I'll be reserved, I'll be very shy. I cannot do what I'm doing now. But I've been called to be a teacher, to be a preacher, to be a speaker. And so my temperament is a pointer. My uniqueness is a pointer to what I'm called to do. So there's a reason why you are a phleg. There's a reason why you are a sanguine. There's a reason why you are a choleric. They are all pointers to what you were born to do. So don't look at your temperament or your uniqueness or your difference. Don't take it for granted, because it's there to help you fulfill your purpose. Jefferson Uzoma, you're welcome. God bless you. Okay, Solomon, you're welcome. Progress, you're welcome. Mutuali, you're welcome. God bless you. So I said the 7th thing you need to do to discover your purpose is to look at your differences. What makes you different? Your uniqueness. What makes you special? It could be that your voice is different from every other person's voice. When you sing, there is something unique about your voice. When you talk, there is something unique about your voice. You could talk people out of suicide. You could encourage people. You could give people hope. You don't give up easily. All of these traits that make you unique or that are part of your temperament are a pointer to what you were called to do, are a pointer to purpose. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? If you can hear me, please write. Let me know you can hear me. I've given you 7 points now on how to discover your purpose. I'm going to give you the 8th one. Now, the 8th thing you need to know to help you discover your purpose is that your purpose could be found just by looking at your past, just by looking at the experiences you've had in the past, just by looking at your background. Everything that happened to you in the past didn't just happen. They happened for a reason, and they happened because you needed those experiences to push you into your purpose, to help you fulfill your purpose. They were a preparation to your purpose. So everything that ever happened to you in the past, why were you born where you were born? Why were you born into that family? Why were you not born in Europe? Or why were you not born in Africa? Why were you born to your parents? Why did you attend that school you attended? Why did you experience that sickness as a child? Why did you have that accident as a child? Why did you have that experience as a child? Why were you molested as a child? Everything you ever went through in the past were only a preparation to your purpose. They were a pointer to what you were called to be. Do you know why Moses had to grow up in the house of Pharaoh? It was because Moses was going to be a deliverer in Egypt. He was going to deliver the Israelites from the hands of Pharaoh. So that's his background, that's his life experience, was a preparation to what he was called to do. So everything that you have experienced in the past, both good and bad, they were all a preparation for your purpose. That is why you don't have to regret your past. They were a pointer, a preparation to what you are called to do. So Moses had to gain experience, had to learn about the Egyptian lifestyle in the house of Pharaoh, so that he will be able to deliver the Israelites from the hand of Pharaoh. So your background and your past experiences are a pointer to what you were called, what you were born to do. Do you know of Apostle Paul, who was formerly Saul? He had so much zeal and passion for religion. He was trying to put an end to Christianity. He was killing Christians. He was getting experience. He was maturing himself on how to be aggressive. And that his aggressiveness was misdirected, and he was killing Christians. But that experience of killing Christians, of being a very aggressive person, he was trying to protect the Jewish religion. That thing he was doing was only an experience, was only a preparation to what he was called to be. That is why when he got converted, when he got born again, that same zeal and that same passion, that same aggressive spirit was what he used to preach the gospel. And that is why he became one of the greatest apostles that ever lived. That is why you cannot talk about the apostle of Jesus without mentioning Apostle Paul. In fact, he was one of the greatest, if not the greatest of them all. But he was busy doing the wrong thing with his purpose, with his zeal, with his temperament. When he finally got converted, the experience he had gained helped him to take the gospel to every nook and cranny of the world. So your background and your life's experiences are a pointer to what you were born to do. Do you know Joyce Meyer? Have you heard of Joyce Meyer? Do you know her story? Have you read about her story? How she was molested when she was growing up? Do you know Paula White? Have you read her story? Now, all of these people were people who had ugly background. But today, that experience they had has become their message. Their mess has become their message. That thing that they thought was a setback has become their purpose, has become what they are talking about today. And they are delivering people and rescuing people, telling people how not to go through the same thing that they've gone through. So everything that has happened to you in the past is a pointer to your purpose. So you just check yourself. Every experience, everything, both the good and the bad, they are all a pointer. There is a reason why you were the senior prefect of your school. There is a reason why you were the choir director some time ago. There is a reason why you are the president of that association. They were all to prepare you for who you are called to be. They were to remove some, traits that you were not needed, that was not needed, and to make you a better person, to prepare you for your future. So your background and your life experiences are a pointer to what you were called to be. Now I'm going to give you number 9. Although I can't see your comments anymore, I'm going to give you number 9. What is the 9th thing that could help you discover your purpose? Your purpose could be discovered through other people. You could discover your purpose through the eyes of other people. Other people could tell you that, I see you becoming this. I think you would be good at this. I see you as this. Now what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there are times where God will use people to tell you. God will use pastors. God will use prophets to tell you. God may even use people who are not pastors or prophets to tell you what you should be doing with your life, to tell you what you were born to do. Now, anything anybody tells you, and the person says to you that, I see you becoming this, I see you becoming this, and you would have already had that conviction in your heart. What the person will be telling you will not be something different from what you are convinced about. You will already have a conviction that, I feel this is what I should be doing with my life. And then God will use 1, 2, 3, 4 persons to tell you that, I see you becoming this. And when they tell you, it will not contradict your convictions. Then that thing they are saying could be your purpose. So you could discover your purpose through the eyes of other people. They could be pastors, they could be prophets, it could be just anybody. But they could look at you and tell you that, I think you will be good at this. And it will be true. It will be a confirmation of what you already felt. The same thing happened to me. Before God spoke to me, before God told me what the purpose is, I already had a conviction on my inside. I was just waiting for confirmation. And God used 3 persons, even I think more than 3 persons, to tell me that this is what God has called you to do. And when they told me, it was only a confirmation to what I already felt convinced about. So that is why you could discover your purpose through the eyes of other people. Number 10, how to discover your purpose. Your purpose is what you do that gives you fulfillment, that gives you a sense of fulfillment, that make you feel complete, that gives you joy that you are doing the right thing. So anything you do that gives you fulfillment, that makes you accomplished, your purpose is not far from that thing. But do you know that there are a lot of people today who go to work every day not because they find fulfillment in the job they are doing, but because they need to make a living. They need to, make some money for themselves. But they don't enjoy what they are doing. They don't find joy in it. They are not happy doing it. They are tired. They are depressed. But they are still there. That is to tell you that that is not your purpose. That is not what you were born to do. I have a couple of friends, my colleagues who are medical doctors, who are complaining. They are not enjoying the career at all. But when they were growing up, if you ask them, they will say, I have to be a medical doctor. That is what God called me to be. But it's because they were forced into it. They were brainwashed into believing that they want to, that medicine is a very good career, so go and do it. But today they are regretting. They go to the hospital and they don't have passion for for their job. There is no zeal. They don't find fulfillment in it. There are people who are working in schools, teachers and lecturers, who don't find joy in what they are doing. They are only there to make a living, to earn a living. So anything you do that you don't find fulfillment, just know that is not what you were born to do. If it is what you were born to do, if it is your purpose, you will feel fulfilled. You will be happy. You will find joy in doing it. So you check yourself again. That job you are going to every day, do you find fulfillment? Are you not just wasting life? Because I told you yesterday that if you live your life without discovering your purpose and then fulfilling it, you are living a wasted life. Let me say this to you, that any day you live your life without doing anything related to your purpose, you are dead on that day. Anytime you're doing anything related to your purpose, you are dead. Now, why did I say that? If you have an electric bulb in your house and there is power supply and you switch on that bulb and the bulb refuses to come on, the bulb refuses to fulfill its purpose to illuminate the room, what do you think has happened to that bulb? The bulb is dead. So you are dead if you are not fulfilling your purpose. You may be working every day. People are seeing you. You are going to work. You are going to school, but you are dead. Why? Because if you are not fulfilling your purpose, you are as good as a dead man. So any day you do not do anything related to your purpose, you are as good as a dead man. It's like taking fish out of water and putting the fish on land. What will happen to the fish? It will die. Because you have not discovered your purpose, you have left your purpose and you are doing something else that is not your purpose. You are like a fish that has left water. You are dead. If you throw a bird up and the bird cannot fly, the bird is dead. Or maybe the bird is sleeping. So if you are not fulfilling your purpose, you are either sleeping or you are dead. No wonder Leonardo da Vinci said that I awake only to find out that the rest of the world is still asleep. And that is why our world is the way it is today. Because people are sleeping. We are sleeping. We are not fulfilling purpose. And that is why our world is chaotic. I believe with these 10 points I gave you, you will go back and search yourself again and discover what you were born to do and begin to do it. Because you will only have lived a fulfilled life if you discover your purpose and fulfill it. It is my prayer that you will check yourself. You will look at these points and it will guide you to discover what you were born to do, and you will begin to do it so that we could make our world a better place. I'm glad to have you come today to listen to me. God bless every one of you for coming, and God bless you for sharing the video. I'll come back again some other time, and I'll be glad if after now you share the video with your friends so they could also discover their purpose. God bless you. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely evening. Bye.